much. Welcome back to this third part of PLDs and memory lecture series. Today we will discuss about programmable array logic. First, we will see the combinational programmable logic devices. What are the different kinds of PLDs available? A combinational PLD is an integrated circuit with programmable gates divided into an AND array or and an OR array to provide the AND or sum of products implementation. There are three major types of combinational PLDs and they differ in the placement of the programmable connections in the AND OR array. So the various kinds of PLDs available are PALs, programmable array logics, PLA, programmable logic arrays, and PROMs, programmable read-only memories. So this figure, it shows the configuration of these three PLDs. So the programmable read-only memory, it has a fixed AND array constructed as a decoder and a programmable OR array. The AND gates are programmed to provide the product terms for the Boolean function which are logically summed in each OR gate. Okay. The programmable array logic, it has programmable AND array and a fixed OR array. The most flexible PLD is the programmable logic array or PLA, where both and OR arrays can be programmed. The product terms in the AND array may be shared by any OR gate to provide the required sum of products implementation. So we will see how to implement the programmable array logic or PAL. Okay. So the programmable array logic, which is a registered trademark of monolithic memories, is a very particular family of programmable logic devices, PLDs. We just have seen, right? So that is widely used and available from a number of manufacturers. The PAL circuits consist of we can see a set of AND gates, whose inputs can be programmed and whose outputs are connected to an OR gate. That is, inputs to the OR gate are the hardwired. That is, PAL is a PLD with a fixed OR array and a programmable AND array. Because of only the AND gates are programmable and the PAL, it is easier to program, but it is not as flexible as PLA. So, this figure, what you are observing over here, this figure, it shows a conventional means for abbreviating the PAL or programmable array logic. So the connection diagrams are shown over here. Note that the AND gate is drawn with a single input line. Here you can see this AND gate is drawn with a single input line, whereas in reality it has three inputs, right? We have three variables A, B and C. Technically this AND gate should have three input lines, right? But here we can observe only one input line, and the vertical lines denote the inputs, and the horizontal lines, they feed the AND gates. And this cross sign, it denotes a connection through an intact fusible link, and this dot sign represents the permanent connection. Okay. Now, the absence of any symbol, if there is any in this B, we can see there is no symbol, neither dot nor cross. Okay. So the absence of any symbol represents an open or no connection by virtue of a burned open circuit. Okay. So you can see the cross means the fuse, which have been represented through this A. B, we don't have any connection, and C, that is a permanent connection. So in this example, we can see this input A. This input A is connected to the gate through a fusible link. Input C is the permanent connection, and input B, it is disconnected, right? So therefore the output of the gate is AC. All right. Now, this figure, it shows the example of how the PAL structure is represented using the abbreviated connection. So it is having, you can see, it is having 3 input wide AND OR structure, 3 input wide AND OR structure. And in this example, each function can have 3 main terms. Each function F1, let's consider F1 is having 3 main terms, F2 having 3 main terms, and F3 having 3 main terms or the product terms. And notice that there are 9 AND gates, 3, 3, 6 and 9. There are total 9 AND gates, which implies only 9 chosen products of not more than 3 variables A, B, C, right? So inputs to the OR gates, inputs to these OR gates are marked on the corresponding line by the cross. You can see the inputs to the OR gates, inputs to the OR gates at the output. These inputs to the OR gates at the outputs are, this is shown by the cross marks, okay, on the vertical lines, and the inputs to the AND gates are marked on the corresponding line by the cross, okay. Removing the cross implies blowing off the corresponding fuse, okay. So, which is in turn implies that the corresponding input variable is not applied to the particular AND gate. So, in this example, the circuit is unprogrammed because all the fusible links are intact, right? So, note that 3 input OR gate in this figure, 3 input OR gate in this figure are also drawn with a single input line. All right. Now we will see how to implement the Boolean functions using the programmable array logic. So let's say this is my Boolean function F1 and F2. Okay. So how can we draw in terms of the PAL? Okay. So it says the redrawn circuit to implement the given functions. These are shown in figure A. Note that one unused AND gate. Let's see which this seems apparently without going into detail of the analysis of this function, we can see this AND gate is unused, right? And it has all the links intact. We have put this cross sign. All the links intact can be represented by this cross symbol in the AND gate. And this such a diagram is also called the fuse map. So what we can observe over here, A, B, C. So first our job is to, this is a 3 variable function. So we have to draw 3 variables over here. One is the natural variable, and with that variable we have to draw the invert, the complement of that variable also. A bar, B bar, C bar. Okay. Then we have to take A bar is there in the function, so we will put a cross here, A bar, then B we will put a cross here, then C we will put a cross here. So this will go as a single line, this will go to the AND gate. So this is giving me the first term of the function A bar BC. Next is AC bar. AC bar means from only C bar we will take one and A only we will take one. So third term, this second term is complete. Then A, B bar, C. So this is C, this is B bar, this is A. So this is my third term. This is also completed. So all this will go to a OR gate. So this is my F1 function. So F2 function, how I will draw? F2 is A bar, B bar and C bar. So I will put cross at this corresponding A bar, B bar and C bar. Then BC. This is my C, this is B. So this and this one, this AND gate is unused. So we will put the cross symbols throughout. at C, C bar, B, B bar, A bar, then all this will go to the OR gate. All right. Now this can also be implemented like this. So here you can see function 1 is A bar BC. So this is my what? This is A bar BC. So this is my A bar BC. Then AC bar. This is C bar, this is A, and another one is the A B bar C. So this is my A, this is my B bar, this is C. So we will draw a line over here and we will put this cross symbols over here. So this is my F1. And for F2, what is this? F2 is A bar, B bar, C bar. It will go to an AND gate and then BC. So this is my B and this is my C. This is go to the AND gate. And third AND gate is unused. So we will put a cross over here. And this is my the F2 function. It will finally go to the OR gate. Okay. Now let's see another example. How to implement the Boolean function using PAL with 4 inputs and 3 white AND OR structure. And also here we have to write the PAL programming table. So F1, F2, F3, F4 all are 4 variable functions and they are expressed with their respective min terms. So we need to find out the Carnot map of all these F1, F2, F3 and F4 first. So with 4 variable functions, 16 cells are there. So first number the cells, then for F1, which are my min terms? 2, 12 and 13. So these 2, 12 and 13. So here in these corresponding cells, respective cells, we have to put 1. So for this one, what will be my Carnot map? Or this one? This is my A, B, and here which one is not changing? C bar. And for this one, this is A bar, B bar, and this is my C, D bar. So Carnot map for F1 is this. So for same F2, just put these min terms into these corresponding cells. Then group the ones. We are getting F2 as A plus B, C, D. Right? Then do it for F3. Just put the corresponding respective min terms in these cells. And we are getting the Carnot map for F3 is CD plus A bar B plus B bar D bar. And for F4 we are getting this one. Okay. And what was my F1? F1 was A B C bar plus A bar B B bar, C bar D, C D bar, right? So A B C bar and A bar B bar C D bar. This first and last term corresponds to my F1. So we can simply write F1 here, and second and third term we can write as it is. Now we have to draw the programmable PAL programmable table. So left side we have to write just the serial numbers, we have to write product terms. So it doesn't have any significance, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the product terms we have to write. This is just a serial number. So how many, this is a 4 variable function A, B, C and D. But here you can see when we are just finding out the Carnot map for F4, we are expressing it in terms of F1. Ultimately we have to give it to the input to the AND gate, right? So how we have to fix here how many inputs the AND gate will have. So since we have expressed this F4 as in terms of F1, so we have to write the 5 inputs of the AND gate. Okay, so for the first one, for the first function, what is the term? ABC bar plus A bar B bar C D bar. So ABC bar plus A bar B bar C D bar. ABC bar means this is 110, okay, and A bar B bar C D bar means 0010. This is for F1, it is done, and third it is not there. Okay, so for F2, what is the term? F2 term is A plus BCD. So since it is A plus BCD, so it it is having only A, we will write only 1 for A. Okay, then BCD all will be 1. Rest we don't have. Then for F3, CD, C and D, we have to write 1 in those places. Then A bar, B, and then B bar, D bar. So B bar, D bar, 0, 0 we will write. Similarly for F4, F4 means F1 in the place of F1 we will put 1, and then A, C bar, G bar, bar means 0, and A bar, B bar, C bar, G, A bar, B bar, C bar, G. So our PAL programmable programming table is complete. So now we know the output of the AND gates. So we will put in the left side all the inputs we will write A, B, C, D and F, and we will, along with drawing the inputs, we have to draw the corresponding inverters also. That means A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar, F1 bar. This should be available. Now we have to give it to the AND gate inputs with respect to the Boolean function. That means F1 equals to ABC bar plus A bar, B bar, C, D bar. So F1 means A, B, C bar plus A bar, B bar, A bar, B bar. This one is C bar, A bar, B bar, C bar, and what was that? A bar, B bar, C, D bar. So A bar, B bar, this is C and this is D bar. And for third one it is unused. That is what we have got, right? Third product term, nothing is there, so that is unused. So we have to put a cross in the AND gate, and from the AND gate output we have to put the cross sign. That means the fuse connection, and we will put it to the OR gate. We will name it as F1. Similarly for F2 also we will give the inputs to the AND gate. The unused input should be represented as the cross in the AND gate. So like in this way we have to give all the AND gates output to the OR gates, and we have to mark in the, when it is going to the OR gate, there also we have to mark these cross symbols. All right.